I'm going to show you how to create a free blog site using the website Weebly.com. What you want to go on ahead and do first is sign up for a free account. I would not recommend signing up through Facebook if you are an educator, because some districts have Facebook blocked. But to start off, you want to do your full name, email, and password to get signed up. I already have one set up, so I'm going to go on ahead and go in and click login. And as you can see, I went on ahead and used my school email address for my username just to make my life a little simple. And I have passed my password. Now I'm going to click login. And once you get into the login site, you'll get to a Weebly dashboard, as I would like to call it, where you have a My Sites, My Students, Domains, Account, and Support. We're going to really concentrate on the My Site aspect today. As you can see, I got 3 free Weebly websites already up and running, but I'm going to start you basically from scratch on just adding a site. So we're going to go to the My Site section, and we're going to click Add Site. And you'll get to your Welcome Weebly, and you need to enter a title. So I'm going to call this Classroom Blog. And then you want to click on Type of Site. We're just going to call it Education. You can call it whatever you want for the type of site it is. Category, I'm going to say school. You have other options here: other, informational, teacher, class project. I'm just going to click on school and then click continue. Okay, then it takes you to a choose your website domain. You have used a subdomain of Weebly.com, register for a new domain, use a domain you already own. If you have a website domain you already own, you can go on ahead and do it through that. Register for a new domain, that's if you want to go through the Weebly site and pay a monthly or yearly fee. The great place to start is the use subdomain, because that's totally free. You want to click on that, and then you want to create a catchy website that people can remember. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Harris. And as you can see, it says taken so far. That means somebody most likely already has it. So I'm going to keep on going. Harris Class Blog. And the check mark says that it's available for me to use. So I'm just going to keep it on that. harrisclassblog.weebly.com. That will be the website students, parents, administrators will go to if they want to look at your blog. Then you want to click continue. And you are at the beginning of creating your blog page. I want to take you through a couple of things real quick, but like I said, I want to just show you basically how to start up your blog. These tabs up here are how you are going to create your website. So you have your Elements tab, where you can click and drag title, text, and paragraph. So if you just click it down here and drag it, it'll automatically set up a little template for you. You have a design tab to where you can pick a design of how you want your Weebly page to look. Pages, and we'll get to that in a second. Editors and settings. Okay, we'll go through more of these later in some other tutorials, but what I really want to take you to is the Pages tab. We're going to click on that, and we're on Manage Page. Okay, as far as you can see right now, you only have a Home tab page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that page in a moment, but the first thing I want to do is I'm going to click on Add Page, and then I'm going to click on Blog Page. Okay, now I'm at the point where I have the option to delete pages, so I'm going to click on Home, and then I'm going to press Delete Page. Now if you want to just have a nice friendly home page just to welcome your visitors, that's fine, but for this purpose I'm just going to click on Delete Page, and it's going to ask, are you sure you want to delete it? And yes, I'm going to delete. And so now when your visitors come to your site, it's going to go straight to the blog page. Okay, you have different layouts on how you want your blog to look, so you can just pick whatever you want. And then you have the page name. So I'm going to delete blog, and I'm going to just create a title. I'll just call it Classroom Blog. You can be creative as you want. Okay, now that you have your title set up, we need to go to Save Settings. So you click on Save Settings. And now you have the beginning of how your blog is going to look. You don't have to worry about this picture right here. It's just a generic picture. You're free to upload any pictures that you want to decorate your classroom blog by going to Edit Image and selecting a picture from your desktop or from what Weebly has to offer. We're going to go to the blog sidebar because I want to show you some things on there. You can drag a template for pictures, title, LinkedIn, some blog archives. These are basic templates. And then I want to show you your blog settings. So we're going to click on blog settings. And this is how you can monitor how you want your blogs to run. In the general setting, we're going to go to comment default. And what they mean by open is when you have your blog started, anybody can come in and comment on the blog at any time, no matter what, and you're not monitoring it, so you don't need any type of approval. When you click on closed, that means you've totally closed out that blog entry. Nobody can make a comment on it at all. Require approval. This is the one that I like to select just because I am an educator and I am constantly monitoring it. Sometimes you can't monitor it as often as you would like, so you have to require approval. So what's going to happen is that students, parents, or whoever can send that comment through the blog site, and you'll get an email, and you can look and monitor and see if it's appropriate to put on your site, and then you just approve it. And that's where the notify me of comments comes in. You can say yes or no. I typically will say yes. And then whatever email you want to use. For my purpose, I use my school email since that's what I'm using all the time, and since it's integrated to the classroom, it just makes sense. Automatically close comments. You can have a choice never, after 30 days, 60, 90 days. What that's going to do is it's going to kind of close the comment so you're not looking at one big long page. Date and time. The date format of how you want it to look. You have different choices. I like to just choose the standard, month, day, and year. Time format, simple time format with the hours and the minutes. Time zone, where I'm at, I want to choose Central. And then save changes. Okay, so we now have that set up. Before we start making our posts, I want to direct you to the side. You might want to say something about yourself, nothing fancy, just like it says. When you start your blogs, it'll start archiving them. So if you start archiving, let's say right now this is April, and you keep blogging and now it's June, they'll have it automatically archived for you. So that's something that you don't have to worry about doing yourself. It's automatically there. And that's your choice if you want to leave those comments open or not. Okay, and then categories, you can create a category for your blogs as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a post. So we're going to click on New Post, and this is still in the editing phase, so nothing's been live yet. So since I am a science teacher, I'm going to create a blog that's related to what's in my classroom. This will get the students in a discussion forum. It'll get them talking, what's happened after class or what you learned in the class. So I'm going to post my title, and I'm just going to call this Ecosystems. So then it automatically saves it, so you don't have to worry about constantly saving it. And then I'm going to go to Basic, and I'm going to drag down my title, click to edit. And as you notice, a little office or a word processor document comes up. And that is basically just to bold, italicize, underline, change the color, increase the font, make it smaller, or remove a type of formatting, center it, right align, left align, undo, redo, just like in your Word documents. What I'm going to do for this particular blog post is I'm going to post a question. And my question will be, name some living and non-living things in a pond ecosystem. Okay, and it still automatically saves it. Now, when we're blogging, make sure that it's something that you've already discussed in the classroom. That way, there's a connection. I'm going to publish live, and as you can see, I'm going to still use my subdomain harrisclassblog.weebly.com. Click continue, and it'll say new post published. All you gotta do is click on X. You don't have to worry about share on Facebook or share on Twitter. Basically, your blog is up and running and ready to go. As you can see, we're still on the Weebly editor, the Weebly dashboard, but we're gonna go ahead and click close. Now we're on the Weebly My Sites dashboard section. So if we want to actually see what this website is going to look like, we'll go to where our classroom blog is, and we're going to actually click the link. See what it's highlighted when you click it. We'll click on that, and you are on your actual classroom blog site. Okay, so this is where all your visitors will go and respond to your blog. I'm going to click on add comment, and then it says your comment will be posted after it's approved. So that means that Mr. Harris has to approve the comment before it's being posted. What we want the students to do, or anybody that's on the blog site, is to leave their name. And what I tell my students is I want you to leave your first name, call myself John, and then the first letter of your last name and a period. S period. And that's just for, safety reasons. We don't want anybody to figure out who's posting or not, and it's just better security. It'll ask for your email, and it says it's not published, but if you feel uncomfortable with that, you don't have to put an email down. You don't have to put a website down at all. It's not required, but we want you to leave a comment. So I'm going to answer the name some living and non-living things in a pond ecosystem. So I'm going to say, for living, fish. For living, and water for non-living. And then click submit. So then it says it right here, fish for living and water for non-living, and then anybody can reply to that. And then you see the archive is already started for April. There's one for April. We don't have a category set up yet, but you're more than welcome to set up your categories. And that's pretty much it for setting up a simple classroom blog on Weebly.com. Now, what I'm going to show you is my actual blog that I use for my classroom. And here is my actual Weebly blog site that I use with my students in my classroom. And as you can see, all the elements that we talked about are still there. We have a title, date, and instructions. I know it looks a little different from the basic one that we created. That's because I have different design elements in my website, but in later tutorials I can show you how to do that as well. So also, I have a whole bunch of things going on here. As you can see, I've added some more fancy things. I have a YouTube video for one blog site where students had to make comments about what they felt about the asteroid coming to Earth, and this just showed a model of what it might look like. When President Barack Obama was chatting with the public on a Google Fireside Chat, I had the trailer, and I had some students ask what kind of concerns they had for the president. And my favorite was the person in the bag project. What I did with the person in the bag project was I created and embedded a video, and I embedded a PowerPoint type presentation. So I presented it in class, but I wanted to keep the questions down to a minimum so we can continue with the lesson. So it forced the students to go to my blog site and read and figure out if they had any questions. If parents had any questions, they can automatically send me a blog post with their questions or concerns. Also, what I love about blogging is that I could set up a time frame. So when class is done, I can say, okay, students, I'm going to be on my blog site between 4 and 5. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And students can ask questions. I want to go on ahead and I want to click on the what questions do you have about the person in the bag project. So when I click on that, it's solely just on the blog itself, and you can see that students have made questions about their understanding of the project, and I've made replies. And as you can see at the bottom here, people can still post about the project. The project has passed. However, I have not closed the comment. I've left it open. So if I've closed the comment, you wouldn't see this here. Nobody would be able to submit. But as of right now, if you want to blog about the project, you still could. One thing that I have to address when editing your blog site is that if you do it in the school, sometimes you will not be able to get on the Weebly site because they may have it blocked depending on what school or what district you're in. So you may want to edit your blog post at a hotspot or at home. Otherwise, within the school, you can easily get onto the live site without any problems. So I hope you guys enjoy blogging with your students and blogging with your administrators and parents. And in later tutorials, we will discuss how to make your blog site a little bit more fancier. Have a good day.